You know what time of the year it is. New case, or should I say new terminal. Whole bunch of new skins. These all look pretty freaking awesome. But more importantly, newer special items. Look at these gloves. These things are freaking awesome. I went the full artistic I should say, and I made a whole bunch of new glove knife combos. Let's go look at them. All the gloves I'm showcasing today are in .25 field tested float. That way you can get a feel for what the wear will look like at a decent field tested finish. They're not the lowest end of field tested, they're not the highest end, but a nice little middle ground so you can kind of see where these gloves will wear. For the most part, all these gloves wear really, really well compared to the Gen 1 gloves that just kind of wear like ass. So I think we have a really, really nice update from Valve where they're giving the community a whole bunch of new gloves to showcase, to kind of show off, to play with, and to also make new glove knife combos. So that's why I kind of want to make this video. All right, for the first set of gloves, I'm going to be going over the Brocade Crane. Again, these are in .25 field tested float. These look absolutely amazing in .25 field tested. For our first glove knife combo, we have an M9 Bayonet Ruby with these gloves, and man, any ruby knife are gonna look amazing with these gloves. These gloves are definitely a stunner. These things were made for China. I mean, look at the back. Look at the back. Is that not Chinese? I mean, that sounds a little racist, but you know what I mean. Come on. The gold tree bonsai flower kind of deal, the crane. I mean, come on. These gloves were made for China and made for Doppler rubies. Next combo we're going to go over is the Tiger Tooth finish. The Tiger Tooth has some gold. The back of the gloves have gold. You have a nice, more budget option compared to a ruby finish, but these look amazing. This combo looks absolutely sick. You can have a nice red gold combo, themed inventory, themed loadout. This will look super sick, guys. For our next set of gloves, we're going to be going over the Brocade flowers. I paired this with a nice little Be the Monster because guess what? When you flip over, bam, pink, white, teal, light blue, silk, white accents. These gloves are absolutely amazing. Again, they're in .25 field tested float. They don't wear as nice as the Brocade Crane, but they still look amazing in .25 float. I wouldn't mind rocking these. These are going to be definitely my favorite pair of driver gloves from the new DEADHAND update. I mean, these things look awesome. These are my colors. This is my specific kind of loadout I want to go for. So yeah. For the first combo, we are going to go for a Phase 1 Karambit Gamma Doppler, more specifically the Diamond Gem finish, which features nice little light blue cyan accents. You can get the Diamond Gems in a bayonet, a gut knife, a flip knife, and again, you can get that nice max cyan pattern that'll match really nicely with these gloves. And man, this combo looks absolutely sick. I can't wait to buy this one day. This will be my dream combo. These are super, super sick. A Karambit Phase 2 or any Phase 2 Doppler finish will look really nice with these gloves because you have the pink little floral pattern on the back that'll pair really nicely with the Phase 2 finish. All right, guys, for our next combo, we're going to have a boom. You know I had to do it to you. You know I had to pull it out. A nice blue gem pattern. Any blue gem case hardener, pretty much any case hardener, I feel like would look really good with these gloves because you can have that nice little blue from the blue gem or from any case harden, and then some case hardens have more gold on them, which will match really well with the gold accents on these gloves. I mean, again, super sick combo. I mean, this is pattern 387 Karambit. You'll never afford it. You'll never have it, but hey, guess what? Still looks good with these gloves. All right, guys, for our next set of gloves, we're going to be going over the Dragon Fist. The Dragon Fist, I think, are a really creative option that Valve introduced. I really love the finish on them. You have a nice little dragon scale finish with some nice little like tan leather banding. I mean, these look absolutely amazing. For our first combo, I paired them with a nice Crimson Web. If you know anything about Crimson Webs in CS2, in CSGO, the Crimson Web black accent was very black in this game. They're kind of gray and washed out, but hey, guess what? That does really well in pairing with these gloves. All right, guys, for our next combo for the Dragon Fist, I'm going to have a boom Autotronic. Any Autotronic finish is going to look great with these gloves. Again, you have the dark red from the Autotronic metal, plus the black/gray that's on the handles or accents of most of these Autotronic finishes will look really nice with the inside of the palms of these gloves. I mean, this looks absolutely stunning, guys. This will be a nice little budget option too. All right, guys, for a final combo, this is a little off meta. This is a little weird. This is a little schizo, but guess what? I like it. This combo, I think, will look really nice with any set of knives in Scorched finish. Because think about it. You have a nice little dragon in your hands with a scorched pattern knife. If you think about a dragon blowing fire, leaving a scorched trail on the earth, boom, scorched finish knife. All right, guys, for our next combo, we're going to be going over the garden gloves. I mean, they speak for themselves, but For our first combo, we have a Butterfly Sapphire, because guess what? The Butterfly Sapphire has a nice cyan teal handle accent that'll pair really nicely with the inside of these gloves. I mean, look at that. Dang, that looks super, super stunning. Looks super awesome. For our next combo on the garden gloves, we're going to be going over, boom, Butterfly Doppler Phase 3. The Phase 3, unironically, looks very similar to the Sapphire at like a third of the price. But you still get that nice little teal accent that matches the teal of the gloves. You know, the blue from the blade matches some of the blue on the back of the gloves, on the sides of the gloves. I think this looks really cool. All right, guys, for kind of a little off meta choice, I went with the Boreal Forest to kind of get you that matching garden forest theme. You know what I mean? You're kind of picking a piece of the forest up with this butterfly. Okay, that's pretty schizo. I won't say that anymore. But you know what I mean? Kind of the green on the back of the gloves, the green, the brown matches the green, the brown on this Boreal Forest knife. All right, guys, for our next set of driver gloves, we're going over the hand sweaters. The hand sweaters are this nice little green knit driver glove. And guess what? What are they going to match best with? Boom. You guessed it. The Emerald Gamma Doppler finish. I mean, this combo looks absolutely amazing. These gloves, I think, are pretty sick. They're not going to be everybody's flavor, so hopefully they're on the cheaper end. But, yeah, these look pretty freaking crazy, pretty cool. Kind of like grandma's knitted sweaters. The hand sweaters are pretty cool, but they only really match with emeralds. I tried getting a little creative here and matching the little yellow diamond pattern, the plaid pattern on the back with some nice lures. I think with certain lure knives, you can kind of get that kind of accent color matching and, you know. All right, guys, the next set of gloves we're going to be going over is the Plum Quills. This is probably everybody's least favorite set of gloves. They're kind of budget imperial plaids, but they're a little bit more muted in color. These gloves are basically imperial plaid, so any combo that worked with imperial plaid is going to work with these gloves. Yeah, this combo looks super sick. I like it. It looks cool. Hopefully these kind of crash the market of imperial plaids and make them even cheaper, or these will be a cheaper option compared to imperial plaids, because it's kind of like a like a grimace shake looking freaking gloves. But hey, guess what? They still look pretty decent. Look pretty good. All right, again, guys, I'm not going to break the meta. Have a Karambit Fade here paired with the imperial Plum Quills, I should say. Oh my god, I can't even say them right. See, they look exactly the freaking same. But yep, got Plum Quills paired with a Karambit Fade. Yeah, this looks pretty decent, pretty good. I like it. And again, our next combo, boom, not breaking any metas. Phase 1 Karambit Doppler. Guess what? With the Plum Quills. Yep, not breaking anything, nothing new. Any Phase 1 finish is going to look great with these gloves. Yeah, these are a nice little option that Valve added. All right, guys, for our next set of driver gloves, these are the Sagayas. I think that's how you say it, but our first combo is to be with a night finish. The night finish matches perfectly with these gloves. I mean, these gloves were made for the night finish. This combo looks pretty sick. It's pretty dark, pretty black Air Force One vibes, but hey, guess what? It looks super sick. If you're going to be headshotting people with these on, yeah, you're going to be pretty freaking decent at the game. All right, guys, for our next combo, for the Sagayas, I'm going to be featuring a blue steel butterfly with these gloves, but I think any blue steel knife will look kind of good because you have kind of the dark blue gloves matched with the dark blue steel. This combo looks super sick, super nice, and yeah, I think it's a good little combo to go with. All right, guys, we're going to go over the final pair of driver's gloves from this collection. These are the Wave Chasers. These gloves are freaking sick. They're nice little kind of gray slate color with purple accents. Our first combo is going to be a butterfly black pearl. This is a $10,000 knife, but hey, paired with these gloves, this is the absolute perfect combo. You have the purple accents on the glove, the purple dragons on the back of the gloves. Man, this combo is freaking sick, super electric. And .25 float field says that these gloves don't look the best, but they don't look the worst either. I wouldn't mind rocking these. This combo looks super freaking awesome, super freaking high priced, high tier. This is the combo to have. This is my second favorite pair of gloves. I'll probably be buying these gloves as well and pairing them with a black pearl on this combo. For our next combo, we have, boom, freehand finish. The freehand is your budget black pearl because you get purple. Yeah, the blade looks like kind of crap because you have that silver junk on there, but hey, it'll match the purple accents on this glove. This will be a nice little budget combo for you guys. Nice little purple and gray white themed inventory. That'll look super cool, super nice. All right, for our next combo, I think any Phase 1 Doppler will also look really good with these. The Phase 1 Dopplers have a nice dark purple on most of their blades and finishes, and that'll look really good with these gloves and their accent colors. So yeah, give it a try, give it a look, see how you like it, see how you enjoy it. All right, guys, now let's get into the specialist gloves. Again, all these gloves are in 0.25 field tested float, but let's get started. The first set of specialist gloves we're going to be going over is the Lime Polycam. I paired these Lime Polycams with a, boom, you guessed it, Emerald Gamma Doppler knife. The emerald finish will just match really nicely with these nice bright green specialist gloves. I think these gloves are be a little bit worse than the emerald webs, but hey, I mean, they'll probably be a more budget option. The pattern isn't the coolest, it isn't the best, but guess what? They match really well with emerald finishes. All right, guys, and for our final combo, we have a Karambit Vanilla. I think any black knife will kind of match the little faint black accents around the edge banding of the gloves, and like the little straps that you can strap in. I think that looks pretty good, pretty decent. It's better than some other finishes, and that looks pretty sick, pretty cool. All right, guys, for our next set of specialist gloves, we have the Cloud Chasers. I mean, these things are the opposites of your Crimson Kimonos. These are the blue version of the Crimson Kimonos. And 3, 2, 1, let's get a peek. Bam. These gloves are freaking sick. You have nice dragons, clouds, nice bright blue colorway. These gloves are freaking sick. And they pair really, really nicely with any sapphire finish on any knife. All right, guys, for our next combo, we have an M9 Doppler in Phase 4 finish. Again, the Phase 4 not necessarily a sapphire, but looks pretty freaking close at a lot cheaper of a price. And yeah, this combo will look super sick to have the blue gloves with the blue blade. Looks pretty good. Any blue Doppler finish is going to match really, really nicely with these gloves and looks super high tier. For our next pairing, we have a Phase 3 Doppler finish. I think any Phase 3 will look really nice with these gloves because you have kind of the main blue colorway, a little bit of teal green, which matches kind of that little bump knuckle protector on these specialist gloves. And yeah, this combo, again, looks super sick. All right, guys, for our final combo on these Cloud Chasers, we're going to have a, boom, Black Pearl Doppler finish. On certain maps, the lighting can kind of change and alter how these gloves look. And on this Anubis map, boom, the kind of dark colorway, kind of dark blue, kind of matches the Black Pearl finish on the knife. So yeah, this combo will look pretty sick, pretty cool, pretty nice. All right, guys, for our next combo, we have the Black Books. The Black Books are like a kind of a comic theme, black, white, kind of light gray colorway on the bumpers. Yeah, these gloves are pretty decent, pretty cool. Again, these are in 0.25 field tested. There's barely anywhere that you can notice. And for our first combo, we have a Butterfly Vanilla. The Butterfly Vanilla is kind of like a white, light gray, kind of stainless look, and kind of the white marbling on the handle. Looks pretty cool, pretty decent with these gloves. All right, for our next combo, we have the gloves here with a Urban Mask pattern. The Urban Mask is like your only white finish that you can get on knives in CS2. And yeah, they match perfectly with the bumpers on the back. The bumpers on the back of these gloves are not white. They're kind of like that light white gray washed out CS2 color, but hey, they match perfectly with the Urban Mask finish. And any Urban Mask knife will look really nice with these gloves. All right, guys, for our next set of specialist gloves, we have the Chocolate Chesterfields. These gloves are, I'm going to keep it real, they're pretty ass. But hey, they match lure finishes really nicely. They're these kind of brown, really ugly color with some nice like pale yellow. Not my favorite, but hey, they match lures. Any lure finish will look really good with these gloves. And these will probably be really budget, really nice set of specialist gloves for you to get. And again, here's the same gloves with a Lure M9. Yeah, they look pretty good, pretty decent. This is a nice combo that looks good. I think the Specialist gloves Lieutenant Commanders look better than these, but hey, this will be a more budget option, and those are even budget already. So hopefully we can get these gloves for like $50. All right, guys, for our next combo here, a little sneak peek at the Crane Flight. This is a nice pink AK. This is probably the nicest pink skin ever created for CS2 and for CSGO. I mean, this skin is super sick. But for our next set of specialist gloves, we have the Pillow Punchers. I think the second best pair of specialist gloves. These things look really nice, really good. And for our first combo, we have these Pillow Punchers. These are your only white gloves that you can get in this game. And I paired them with an Urban Mask. Any Urban Mask knife is going to look super sick with these gloves. And in 0.25 field tests, these gloves don't look half bad. They look pretty good. They look still very white, very nice, very high tier looking. And with any Urban Mask, you're going to have that white loadout, that crisp white Vans, crisp white Nike Air Force Ones. You know what I mean? These are crispy. This combo, if you use this in game, you're going to be fragging out. You're going to be the freaking good guy on the team if you're rocking these, especially with the Crane Flight. Ooh, man, this combo is super sick. Alright guys, for our next combo, I put the Specialist Gloves, Pillow Punchers, and Battle Scarred Float. And if you get a Battle Scarred version of these gloves, the wear kind of turns orange, which kind of matches some of the orange kind of hues of the ruby on the Doppler finish. So yeah, that's kind of off meta, but if you do get unlucky enough to get these in Battle Scarred by unboxing them and you have like a ruby finish, this doesn't look half bad. And it still looks pretty good when you have that red blade and white gloves. And again, to get a little bit more off meta, I paired the gloves in Battle Scarred Float. These are 0.55 with the Butterfly Fade, because the Butterfly Fade, or any fade, pretty much has like some orange kind of hues in it, which matches the gloves pretty nicely. Alright guys, for our next set of Specialist gloves, we have the Sunburst here. The Sunburst aren't my favorite, but hey, they match really well with Marble Fades. They look good with the Empress here. But these gloves are kind of mid, kind of whatever. But hey, they look good with Marble Fades because you have the kind of red-orange on the Marble Fade accents. Plus the blue. Yeah, looks good. Looks decent. I like it. I dig it. Alright, again here, I paired the gloves with a Marble Fade Karambit. This is a Fire and Ice pattern. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty decent. I like it. Alright guys, we're going to get into the final pair of Specialist gloves. These are the big swells. These are probably my second favorite, third favorite, maybe even first favorite, depending on the combo that you create with it. They're nice blue, white, gold colored gloves, and man, these look freaking awesome. Let's take a peek at my first combo. I have these paired with the M9 Tiger Tooth. I think any Tiger Tooth finish will match the kind of gold yellow accents on these gloves, and man, these gloves are super nice, super creative. Valve, you did a great job with this finish, with this combo of the gloves and the wave, and it's just, man, the Japanese kind of art style. All right guys, for our next combo, I paired the big swells with the Talon Tiger Tooth, because the Talon kind of has that white ivory handle that matches kind of the white ivory accents on the gloves, and man, it just makes the combo even better than the M9. But yeah, looks great, looks awesome, love it. Alright guys, next I had these gloves paired with Bright Waters. Bright Waters are kind of like a water themed finish, and hey, guess what? They match the waves on the gloves, and this combo looks freaking nice. Alright, if you've made it this far in the video, we're going to start the sports gloves of the Dead Hand update. Let's get into them. For our first combo here, we have the Violet Beadworks paired with a Butterfly Black Pearl. I think these Violet Beadworks are your nice budget Pandora's boxes. The Pandora's boxes still look better, don't get me wrong, but these are a very close second, and this combo looks super sick. This is gonna be a nice high tier option. But yeah, again, these are in 0.25 field tested float. These gloves look amazing. They look perfect. They look factory new to me. Compared to these two freaking Pandora's boxes, yeah, these look great. Alright guys, here we have the same thing but with the Talon Black Pearl. The Talon Black Pearl will kind of match the purple a little bit better on the gloves. And again, you have the white ivory handle, which will match the white ivory accents on the gloves. I like it. Okay guys, I kind of have an wonky, off-meta final combo for your Violet Beadworks. This is going to be your budget option, and forgive me for what I'm about to do to you. We have the Navaja Black Pearl paired with the Violet Beadworks, because guess what? The Navaja, look at that handle. It's kind of like an orange tan, which kind of matches the Violet Beadwork tans. And guess what? The purple Black Pearl finish matches the Violet Beadworks. I think this combo is not the worst. Okay guys, the next set of sports clubs we have are the Frosties. I consider these our budget superconductors, and for my first combo, I paired the Frosties with, boom, Phase 1 Karambit Gamma Doppler, more specifically a Diamond Gem pattern. And yeah, these are, I like them. These gloves are decent. They don't wear the best. They kind of look dirty for being in 0.25 field tested, but they still look overall. And here's the same gloves with a Diamond Gem bayonet. Yeah, they look great. Alright guys, for the Frosties, for any of you blue steel enjoyers, guess what? These gloves pair perfectly with blue steels. Look at the Karambit. The handle of the Karambit matches the kind of dark accents of the Frosties. The dark like fingertip thumb kind of protector matches the blade of the blue steel. Man, this is a perfect combo for you blue steel enjoyers. All right guys, for our next set of sports gloves, we have the Blazes. These gloves are kind of mid, I won't lie. They don't really match the Deagle Blaze that well. I guess they do, but the blue kind of kills it for me. Some people really like the blue. This kind of looks like an old biker, Harley driver kind of glove. This is your old man glove. I mean, the Unks will love this glove, I bet, but for me, nah, this isn't for me. This isn't for us, guys. This is freaking Unk status gloves. But hey, for our combos, we have Marble Fade. Marble Fade looks pretty decent with these gloves. Kind of the yellow is really hard to match. The bright blue is not the best to match either. These gloves are really, really tough to match, but Marble Fade looks kind of decent. Here's with the butterfly Marble Fade. I tried getting a little creative here and comboing the Blaze gloves with the butterfly mango fade. It's not the worst, it's not the best. I mean, it kind of works, but again, these gloves are too unk status for any freaking knife finish to match them. So yeah, good luck. All right, for our final combo, I just got a vanilla knife, because the vanilla knives have a black kind of blade which will match these unk gloves, and most unks have vanilla knives anyways. They don't like any finishes on their knives. So yeah, this will probably be a good combo for those guys who are freaking playing in their 40s and still trying to drop money in the game. So hey, this is for you. All right guys, for our next set of gloves we have the cream pinstripes. One thing I've noticed with the sports gloves is they're not really the best. The sports gloves don't really hit in this collection. They're still not bad by any means, but they're still not the best. But yeah, we can get into the next set. Right here we have the cream pinstripes. You have the kind of red pinstriping, which I think will match really, really good with any red ruby Doppler finish. But yeah, these gloves, again, they're kind of unk status too, kind of like the Blazes. But hey, they're a little bit more tasteful. If you're rocking these, you kind of have a little bit more style. All right, guys, for our next combo, I know you guys, you OGs would love this. I know a lot of you OGs have the Slaughter finish. The Slaughter works pretty decently with the red pinstriping on here. Some of the dark red on the Slaughter kind of works with the red pinstriping on the gloves. And yeah, this combo looks super sick, super elegant, kind of classy, kind of OG looking, like you have never left the game since CSGO, you know what I mean? So yeah, give it a try. And nothing groundbreaking here, but I added a black laminate M9 because any black finish on any knife will match pretty decently with these gloves. And last but not least, I'm a huge fan of scorch patterns. I think scorch patterns are pretty underrated, and you have kind of the cream, the black, the dark colors on the scorched knives, which kind of matches the cream accents on the gloves and the dark pattern on the gloves. I think this combo looks pretty sick, and this will probably be a nice budget option. All right, guys, for our next set of sports gloves, we have the red racers here. These are basically knockoff slingshots, but I really like them. Look at the 80-80. You combine that together, guess what that spells? Boob. Yep, these are S tier in my opinion, just because of that alone. No, but I'm just kidding. But any ruby finish will look really nice with these gloves. Anything that worked with slingshots is going to work really, really well with these gloves. So yeah, these are basically slingshot 2.0s. Hopefully they're cheaper. This is in 0.25 finish, and they look pretty much factory new. You couldn't even see any wear on them, the inside of the palms. If you've had slingshots in 0.25 field tested, they look like ass on the inside, but these look absolutely perfect. I kind of prefer them over slingshots, so yeah, give them a try. Kind of to keep in line with the racing theme, I have the autotronic finish, because you have auto, automotive theme, racing theme, the reds match together, everything looks super nice, super well put together. All right, next we have the Crimson Web finish, because the Crimson Web, red, red, black, black, yep, they match perfectly. This looks great. This looks super high tier. This will be a super nice combo. All right, and a final combo for the Red Racers. This one's again off meta. I'm sorry to do this to you again, but we have the Navaja Ruby because it has that little pale tan handle, which kind of matches the tan accents of the gloves. All right, guys, for our next set of sports gloves, we have probably the S tier of the sports gloves in the collection. We have the Ultraviolets. These things will definitely be replacing the Vice gloves. Vice gloves look like crap in CS2. Pandoras are way too expensive. I think these are going to be a nice little middle ground between the two. But for our first combo, we have the Ultraviolet sports gloves with a Karambit Doppler Phase 2. I mean, you get the pink, you get the vibrant yellow. These things are bright, they're gaudy. I mean, but that's kind of what you want in this game nowadays, and this combo looks super sick. This is definitely going to be the better version of the Vice gloves. Just to kind of pair it with that right Scion hand, I have a Karambit Gamma Doppler Phase 1 with a diamond gem finish because it gets you that nice bright blue colorway, and that matches the right hand on the gloves. And I think this combo looks pretty sick, pretty cool. Maybe with one side you can have this Karambit, on the other side you can have a Karambit Doppler Phase 2, one pink, one blue. That'll look pretty cool, pretty sick. Have like a dual themed loadout. One Terra side is all pink, CT side's all cyan. Yeah, that'll look pretty cool. All right, guys, we're on our final pair of gloves and the last pair of sports gloves in the Dead Hand collection. I just want to say huge thank you if you made it this far in the video. I really appreciate your time and sitting with me today. This is my first video that I'm dropping for any CS2 content, so please give me any feedback, any way that I can improve and be better for you guys. We have the sports gloves Occult. These are probably the second best pair of gloves, sports gloves, excuse me, from the Dead Hand collection. I really love the velvet gold look. It's super high tier, super nice looking. Again, these are a 0.25 float, and they look pretty freaking amazing. They look factory new, to be honest. And yeah, I dig them. I like them. I paired them here with a Karambit Marble Fade Fire and Ice pattern because you have the red, you kind of have the blue, which kind of mixes the whole theme, kind of like a royal red, blue, gold theme. And yeah, these look great. These look awesome. Again, here's an M9 Marble Fade. This looks really nice with the gloves. And yeah, any Marble Fade finish is going to look really nice with these occult sport gloves. Next, I have the sport gloves paired with an M9 Tiger Tooth because the gold accents of the gloves matches the gold blade. And yeah, this combo is super sick. A little bit more budget oriented than the Marble Fade, but hey, still looks awesome, still looks high tier. All right, guys, we're getting a little creative here, and I paired the occult sports gloves with a Karambit Lore because the Karambit Lore has that nice bright gold blade, which will match the bright gold accents. And last but not least, our final combo of the video, I have the occult sports gloves paired with a Karambit Slaughter. I think any slaughter is going to look good because the velvet on these gloves in certain lighting will be like a light pink, in other lightings it's a dark red, but I think the slaughter kind of matches that. When you kind of turn around and kind of change the lighting from the CS2 source engine, it kind of matches that slaughter look, and it looks super nice, super high tier. All right, guys, I just want to say a huge thank you for spending the time with me today to go over these glove knife combos. If you're interested, maybe if I get enough traction, maybe like 100 views, if I get 100 views, I'll promise this, I will make a loadout for every single glove in the new Dead Hand collection. OP, AK, M4, CTT side loadout with each glove, so you can find the best skins that match each glove in the new Dead Hand collection. If I can get 100 views on this video, I will do that for every single glove. Anyways, I really appreciate your time today. Thanks for spending it with me. You take care. Bye-bye.